Shivangi, welcome back to our channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you the swatches of Huda Beauty Pastels palettes, and I'm going to give you a demo, a tutorial on this particular look with the lilac palette. I actually posted a poll on my Instagram handle where I asked everyone that which palette should I use for the first tutorial, and it was a close call between lilac and rose, and most of the people chose this one, lilac one. That's why I just made a tutorial with this. Now before I show you all the swatches, I'll give you a mini review of these palettes, okay? So I can't believe I'm saying this, but I have mixed feelings about these palettes. In all honesty, this is not the best Huda Beauty palette out there. I love the metallic shades, but I have certain issues with the matte shades. They are pigmented, but there's a lot of kickback in the pan, and plus, though a lot of shades look different on the palette, they end up looking the same on the crease. So if you want to create like a nice gradient or something on your crease, it is not possible. I have tried all the palettes, and the only palette where a bit of a gradient was possible was this palette, the mint palette. The rose one, all the matte shades actually end up looking the same on the crease, but the metallics, guys, like the metallics in all these three palettes are beautiful. The texture is, however, a little different. Like, it is not going to give you a very striking and shiny look, but it is very subtle and glass-like. It ends up looking very pretty on the eyelids. Like, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with them. They are pigmented. It's just that the finish is not extremely foiled or striking. It is more subtle and muted, which I like. Overall, I completely agree that these palettes are tricky to work with, and these are not the best Huda Beauty palettes, but I love the color scheme, and the matte shades do blend really well. None of the shades in these palettes are patchy or difficult to blend. It's just that when you apply matte shades on your crease, you'll feel like this is looking really light, let me build it up. But after some time, you will realize that the color settles down as a deeper color in comparison to how it looks like in first application. So that's it, guys. These were my thoughts about these palettes. Now I'm quickly going to show you the swatches of all these three palettes. Then we'll move on to the tutorial of this look. I'm starting off with the swatches of Pastel's Rose palette. These are the swatches for Pastel's Rose palette. Next palette is Pastel's Mint palette, and these are the swatches of Pastel's Mint palette. The really light color which you see on the top is quite chalky. This one is actually a really good color. And the last palette is Pastel's Lilac palette, and this one is actually my favorite out of the three. Now let's get to the tutorial. First, I'm going to dig into this shade on the palette and apply it all over my crease. Next, I'm going to take this shade from the palette and I'll apply it on my crease and the outer corner of my eyelid. So I'm going to kind of pack this color below this rosy shade that we applied earlier. I actually got like a dry patch here on my eyelid and below my eye, just on this side. I'm due for my dermat's appointment tomorrow, but that's why, you can see this patch sort of a thing on my eyelid. I need to show it to my dermat. I don't know what this is. This is actually looking a little odd, so let me just do one thing. I'll show you the eyeshadow on this eyelid instead of this one, because this has nothing to do with the eyeshadow. It's just like a patch sort of thing which has happened. Alright, so once this is done, I'm going back to the first shade that we applied on the crease, and very lightly I'm going to blend it with this lavender color. After this is done, I'm going to take a clean fluffy brush and I'll run it through my crease to clean it up. Now moving on to the shimmery shades, I'm first going to take this shade from the palette, and with a wet brush, just wet your brush with a little bit of setting spray. I'm going to apply the shade on the center of my eyelid. The shimmery shade has kind of covered that patch that I have. Next, I'm going to take this shade from the palette and I will apply it on the rest of my eyelid, again with a wet brush. Now this is one thing which I had mentioned in my eyeshadow do's and don'ts video as well, guys. For shimmery shades, it is always better if you use a wet brush or a glitter primer, you know, the glitter primer which I use, because if you apply them with a dry brush, the pigment is not gonna come through. The shimmery, the foiled metallic shades, they do have very tiny particles of glitter in them and they need to stick to your eyes. They need something to hold on to your eyes. So that's why it is very important. A lot of people, including myself, apply these shades with fingers as well. But sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. So I always prefer using either a wet brush or that pack glitter primer that I use. So this one I'm going to pack over here. This is kind of a holographic shade. It's got this pink and lavender shift. It's very pretty. Next I'm going to take this shade from the palette. And this shade I'm going to apply on the center of my eyelid, right below the lavender shade, basically just a little bit. I'm actually trying to use as many colors as possible in this tutorial, so that's why, you know, I'm digging into all the shimmery shades. We're almost done. Lastly, I'm going to dig into this shade from the palette. And I'm going to apply it in the inner corners of my eyes. Now the same shade I'm also going to apply on my lower lash line, halfway through, like just on this area. It's not even half actually, just, you know, this inner corner of the lower lash line. Alright, now we need to clean this look up before we get to the lower lash line. So firstly, I'm digging into this lavender shade which we applied on the outer corner of the eyelid and pack it one more time there. I will lightly blend the shade with the shimmery shades which I applied. Now for my lower lash line, I'm going to take the same lavender shade which we applied on the crease and the outer corner, and I'm going to place it on my lower lash line, connecting with the shimmery shade that we applied earlier. Lastly, I'm going to take this shade from the palette and I'll apply it on my brow bone. The eyelids are complete, by the way. I'm just going to place this color on my brow bone. Alright, with that final step, the eyeshadow is complete. Next, I'm going to take pack Kohl pencil in the shade Skin, and this I will apply on my waterline. Next, I'm going to take Flower Beauty Lash Warrior Mascara, and before the application of false lashes, I'm going to apply one coat of this mascara on my upper and lower lashes. Now I'll quickly wear false lashes off camera and come back. The false lashes are on. I'm going to finish this look up with a little bit of blush and highlighter and the lip color, of course. Firstly, I'm going to use MAC Glow Play Blush in the shade Blush Please and BECCA Opal highlighter. I am going to highlight my brow bone with this highlighter. I am actually not really used to matte brow bones, especially with an eyeshadow like this. Much better. And lastly, I'll use Maybelline Super Stay Matte Ink in the shade Hazelnut Hypnotizer. This is one of their coffee edition lip color. I don't have all the lip colors. This is the only one which I bought. And I'm finishing this look off with MAC Fix Plus Magic Radiance. And with that, we've come to an end of this tutorial, guys. I will definitely make more tutorials with these palettes, like even the rose one and the mint one. I am planning to make tutorials with the other two palettes as well. That is something that I've planned already. And also, guys, if you're not following me on Instagram, then ensure that you do. I keep interacting with my audience. I take a lot of suggestions from my audience on my Instagram handle. Plus, I post some makeup related content there as well. So definitely check out my handle. And if you like my content, then you can follow me there as well. I'll leave a pinned comment in the comment section below. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel already, then please subscribe to our channels. We've got 3 channels, guys, and your support would mean the world to us. The links of the channels are also going to be in the pinned comment of the comment section below. So please check out our channels, and if you like our content, then please hit that red button. That's it for today, guys. I'm gonna go off for now. I shall see you soon again here on YouTube and on Instagram. Until then, take care of yourself and stay safe. Bye-bye.